おかえりなさい。気分はどうですか？私も覚えていないのです。あちらです。
Alrighty, and we are back with the second episode of the whole Code Vein demo. Yeah, so we just got through the little tutorial section that took way longer than I thought it was going to, but at least, now we have an overview of how the game works. And now we're continuing on with the story. And here we go.
乾いていますね。
Man, my character looks exhausted.
ゆっくりで構いません。そばにいますから。もう少しです。
I do like the way the environment's looked. It's pretty creepy.
血の泉が渇きを癒します。
Doesn't really give a Souls-like feel, which is fine because obviously the medieval aesthetic isn't there, but still really cool. Like, I enjoy it. I like it.
どこも皆乾いている。
For her, maybe.
泉に実る血の涙が渇きを癒す。そう聞いていましたのに、こちらへ。大丈夫、大丈夫。
You just smell it. She wants to bite me. This is moving a little faster than I thought it would. One really important thing I forgot in the character selection, I forgot to pick a proper voice. So I don't know what my character is going to sound like now that I think about it. It's going to be different in the retail version of the game when I, really want to dedicate myself to my character, but, like, I'm going to have to keep that in mind next time.
さあ、どうぞこれを。
新たな泉と労働力、どちらも確保だ。今日はついてるぜ。
立て、楽しいお仕事の時間だ。
What are those?
立て、もうすぐ血類の実を探しに行くぞ。早く準備をしろ。
お目覚めかい。おっと静かにな。お連れさん、さっき眠ったところだ。で、お前さんたち、マスクはどうしたんだ。お前さん、そんなことも覚えてないのか。知りたければ教えてやるが、まずは奥へ行って浄化マスクをつけな。
3番、4番、俺と新入り。仕事の時間だ。装備を確認して上がってこ。
I see that one thing they still refuse to fix is using both the same side and the same arm and leg to climb. That's still unsettling to me. It just doesn't feel right. Ooh, implanting a parasite into a human to make him superhuman. That has no way of going wrong. But I mean, we get all these cool new powers.
ここも枯れたか。正気が濃くなっているな。くせん。次の徴収まで時間がないってのに。準備完了しました。ああ、すぐ行く。枯れているのはこいつらも同じか。
そうです。枯れてますから。こんな正気の中での探索は無
Gee,
茶です。
I wonder who the important characters are.
これが何かわかるな。血類だろ。そう。この血類を今から探してきてもらう。この先の地下道でな。血税の徴収日まであと少しだが、今の俺たちに余分な血類なんてない。このままじゃ血も涙もねえシルバの犬どもに身ぐるみ全部剥がされちまう。まあそういうわけだ。なんで僕たちがそんなこと。文句があるなら血税なんてクソみたいな制度を作ったシルバ様に直談判でもするんだな。
まずはお前らだ。さっさと動け。
ダメだ。みんなを巻き込んでしまう。今は従うしかないよ。
次。
おっと、お前は俺たちと留守番だ。戻ったら返してやる。回収した血類と交換にな。最近はここらにもハンターが出るそうだ。全滅だけは勘弁してくれよ。
さっさと行け。
No offense, it looked kind of cool. I like the way she looks.
おい、大丈夫か。ここから上に戻るのは無理か。帰りは別の道を探さないとな。あ、俺オリバー・コリンズって言うんだ。よろしくな。
What a cutie. All right. So you start off with these two and never gets old. Just a piece of rebar and concrete.
じゃあ行こうか。
So in Code Vein, of course, you don't just, participate alone. You can if you choose to get rid of your partner, but you usually have an AI companion that you can choose that'll go ahead and help you out. They're usually pretty strong, like they're pretty much go toe to toe with you. So having them throughout the game is gonna be like definitely something to have. But apparently as the game goes on, in the later parts of the game, like the character stops becoming like this crutch that's taking care of everything in your way and starts becoming like an actual like partner that you need because the enemies are so tough. But of course this is just a demo, so I don't know how true that is, or how far that's gonna go, or if they're always gonna be overpowered. So of course, Dark Souls style, you level up at your missiles. You can acquire your gifts and the like, but I have no haze for either of those. You can use storage to put in any excess items, and I believe all excess items go there. You can teleport to different locations. So, and apparently you have it right off the bat, at least in the demo. You can do the tutorial again and, save and quit. So the thing about this is that from my play of the network test and from what you'll see here, a lot of the game is more of a dungeon crawler than it is like Dark Souls style, where it kind of feels more open. You have your more open areas, but it's not really a focus. Like, you're definitely going to do a whole lot of dungeon crawling above all things. I'm going to try to backstab this thing. Easy peasy. And of course, when you kill them, they disintegrate into the haze, or they disperse, and then you get your haze from them. Now, I think my drain attacks are my more powerful moves compared to whatever weapon this is, because I think its stats are horrible. Let's have a look. Oliver killed him in 2 hits, so you get an idea about how powerful they are. Your partner will also never attack if you haven't attacked, so it's not like you gotta worry about them just aggroing everyone and getting you killed. One thing that I tried to mention back in the tutorial, if you've seen that video, is that whenever you have a weapon, its mobility is, like I said, slow, normal. Whenever you have quick mobility, you actually can do that special dodge that you're seeing. Very quick, very fast, very nice. So it's a really good way to just really easily just light weapon, a blood code that gives you nice, light mobility, and then go from there. And of course, regeneration is this game's version of Estus. The game explains it away as you concentrate your healing power to restore yourself, but you can only do it so much before you need a restoration. Oh, you can? Nice. I'm glad you can... Originally, you couldn't really dash away from enemies, but now you can freely dash even when you're locked on. I really appreciate that change. Also, you do have a few different kinds of attacks, so for any basic weapon, you'll have your light combo, with your light attacks. You'll have your uncharged heavy, which you always loop. There's no way to combo there's no combo for that. You're charged, and then you can of course combine those if you really want to, although they feel more separate moves than they are a combo. Whenever you roll, you do have a rolling attack, which is the same whether it's light or heavy. Whenever you're sprinting, you have that same attack as you're rolling. And then whenever you do a backstep attack, so you can do a backstep and it'll do whatever attack this is, and then your heavy is also the same one. Or you can do your backstep attack by holding the dash button, which is R1, and just tapping the button, and you'll automatically do your... Well, it's not quite a dash attack. No, it's definitely 2 different moves. Never mind. Let's test it out with the rebar. If I do my standing R1 attack, it's a swing. If I do a backstep attack, it's an uppercut. Okay. So they are 2 different moves. I apologize for that.
中身は何だろ
A heavy axe. So this is definitely gonna be way more powerful than this, you know, piece of rebar. So I'm gonna be using this.
うどっちに行けばいいんだ
Of course, equipment restrictions vary by blood code, and my blood code's good enough to, you know, handle it. So the game does focus a little bit on exploration too, because even though it's mainly like alternate paths, the game does give you a map that doesn't get revealed until like, you know, later. So, or like until you go past the area, or no, reveal a missile. Every time you rest at a new missile, or like unlock like these like checkpoint missiles, you do, you know, go ahead and like get a map so you know where you've been going. I'm gonna do a try to get this guy. I only got the last hit. That's still nice.
そんなところに
I'm gonna start doing some drain attacks. Or, because I kind of need some more skills to use. Do I have any other abilities? Nope, these are my only 3 for the... Oh, I do have different blood coats, that's right. But anyways. Let me see if I can't break this guy's guard. Ha! Easy. Those guys over there have guns. Oh. Oh, that reached farther than I thought it would. And of course they shoot you too. I'm gonna get out of that guy's range. Back attack. Definitely need to start using drain attacks. And now that I've mastered the gifts, I can use it between blood codes, so that's a really cool part of it. Now I did have that chest which I didn't open, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
中身は何だろ
A lost bayonet. Probably gonna replace this because it's still better than that. I don't have fast mobility anymore, so you can tell.
ういや大丈夫って説得力ないよね
Or do we have a...
このマスク旧式だか
No,
ら
that's the only way forward.
ちょっと息苦しくって君こそ大丈夫あの女の子仲間なんだろ血類を見つけて早く迎えに行ってあげないとな
I'm gonna try to do a quick drain on this guy. Never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and go into backstab. Can I do a quick drain from a rolling? I cannot. It has to be after some kind of attack. Although I wonder... I can do it after a gunshot. Oh. Now that was kind of cool.
生き残るためなら何
Stun
でも
back
使わなきゃ
Well, and of course, locking on to find enemies is always useful. I don't like the way that thing's clipping, but whatever. Let's see. There's some annoyingly hidden items, but that's alright. Let me see. Oh, and I can quickly climb. Nice. So this is one of those checkpoint missiles that I was telling you about. So purifying the miasma, that's what it's called. So I can either activate a missile, which is what you've seen before. They're just curled up and then you can rest at them. These rotten missiles here, like you purify them, but all they do is map out the area for you. And then there are some lost that have it on them, and defeating them will map out the area for you. So there's a few different ways of mapping it out. So this doesn't count as a missile. It doesn't really count as a checkpoint. It's just there to like, hey, let's map out the area.
あれは中身は何だろ
The Blue Hounds. So the thing about the Blood Veil too is not just your blood code that affects everything, but your blood veil will actually scale your stats too. So how heavy it is, you can see on the weight down there, how it scales your different stats. Basically, and the main thing is that, you see the stat scaling, which is how the blood veil stats itself scale off of your skills. You also see the drain attack in the middle that shows like its actual attack, and then gifts underneath that show how it affects your gifts themselves. So you can use that, you don't just pick a blood veil just to, which one you think is coolest, which I'm gonna do, even if it comes at a penalty of how well I perform, because I like coolness above all things. But it'll also, actually show you, you can actually use it to like enhance your build, essentially. But I'm going to stick with this one right now. I do like the claw. There is one I'm aiming for that I know is somewhere in this area, but we'll see where. Let's see. And of course, since I played the tutorial, since I played the network test, I am familiar with this area. So I will be taking a few shortcuts and stuff. Ooh, definitely going to do the Queen Slayer here. And I actually want to change my blood code. I want to try something different because I want a different skill. I'm going to do caster, and unfortunately I don't really have anything else I can use, so I'm going to have to stick to this bayonet for now. Oh, this will be easy. Luckily my claw should have the range. Nice. Easy peasy. Now, as for the skills, obviously, the one that you always want to keep on the hotbar on any occasion is those 2 hearts. It basically gives you health to your teammate. And it's most effective because your partner will always have it for themselves. But you can use it, it's mainly used as a revival mechanic. Whenever you get fatally wounded, you do get downed for a little bit. And you can be revived in that instance before you like straight up disperse and die.
さっきの人じゃないか。どうした？どこか怪我でも。
え？
ついてないな。少し休んでから行くよ。大丈夫だって。いいから、ほら。君は血類を探さないと。あの子が待ってるから。
That's what a death flag looks like, by the way, guys. So, obviously, if you don't know what a death flag is, a death flag is anything like in a game, literature, any piece of media that something a character says or something a character does that like you can tell it's like, ah, crap, this guy's gonna die. There's no way. So whenever it's a line like that, oh, don't worry about me, just go on ahead. I'll join you in it. That's like, this guy's gonna die. There's no way. Wow, this is powerful. Oh, this does not reach very far, does it? Oh, one thing you can do with weapons is parry. So obviously I need to get the parry timing down. This one's pretty fast, which I appreciate. So it's more reactive than anything compared to like other blood veils. So the blood veils do have different parry timings. The claw and the hounds are the 2 fastest ones, followed by the thorn, which is like the thing that comes out of your back into a tail, like a scorpion tail, and then the little spikes that come out of the ground. Those are like in order from fastest to slowest. I don't know how close I can get to back attack this guy, but here we go. I'm gonna charge up a heavy hit. Oh! I'm out of stamina. So that was pretty cool. I like that. Let's see. Now, if I remember correctly, yep, there he is. I better heal. I'm actually like, I'm pretty decent at these games, but I'm not like super good at them either. So I do need to watch how I'm doing. It's not like I can just, you know, force my way into everything without thinking. Let's see what's in here. If I remember, yep. Luckily this costs 2, so I can spam this if I really want to. Oh, that guy's doing a poison lob, yep. Go. I like that the camera like resets, although I'm sure that can get annoying after a while. Saw that one. You can turn off the cinematic drains if they do get like a little bit like, okay, this is taking a little too long for my liking. And whenever you're playing co-op, because you know the game has co-op, they are disabled entirely, so you can't like interrupt no one can like interrupt your cutscene or anything. Oh, what's this guy doing? Oh. So as you can see, you know, the Dark Souls inspiration comes by because I can just backstab literally everyone here. Cool. I whiffed that. Come on, I want to parry you. Ah, well. I want to switch back to the Ranger Blood Code. Well, not back, but... Because even though I have less HP... I do like the speed increase, so jump attack. And then I don't know what this ability down there does, the X button ability. It looks like a buff. Oh, it's an on-command dodge. I understand. Fool. Oh. Hitboxes, huh? Oh, Dark Souls. So one thing about, look, you can just backstep it. The gauge that you're seeing raise over my stamina bar and right next to my, like, bar up there is the focus gauge. It builds up whenever you get hit and whenever you do like a perfect dodge. Oh, I missed that item. And whenever it gets maxed out, you become harder to stagger. I think you become a little bit more damage resistant. Don't take that as fact, please. And you do, if you hold R1 and then press your triangle button, you do that like a special attack per weapon, where if you connect with the enemy successfully and there's enough room, you'll do a special drain attack on them, you know, basically for free. Now, there's a missile right here, and I know that enemy's over there. I'm gonna, you know, do this missile, and then I'm gonna stop it right when I defeat that enemy over there. So let's see, how will we do? You can see that gigantic red flower, so you know this is like one of those cursed ones that the game's like defeat to map the area. Oh! Oh jeez. Okay, this guy's tough. Ow. So he has like one, and then there we go. I think we're just gonna end this one here. Let's just go ahead and grab this, the Queenslayer Thorn, and we'll be back to play this on the next episode.